start in the supported fish pose.
Okay.
So using the blocks, there's a few different settings. You can have the blocks so your spine runs down the middle of them this way, or you could go on a higher setting, putting your sports bra strap area right here, and then you take this with you, so you have it resting underneath your head, and that's gonna bring you up a little bit higher if you want to come a little bit higher.
Yep.
Your arms can stay by your sides, or you can widen them out a little bit more to the sides, and that brings the stretch a little bit over the chest bone, chest muscles, into the shoulder space. Take a couple deep breaths. Inhaling fully into your belly space, into your lung space. And exhale out, either through the mouth or the nose. Just relaxing a little bit deeper into the blocks, onto the mat. And just do a body scan starting from the crown of your head, breathing into the head space. Noticing any sensations you feel in the face and the scalp. And relax a little bit more through your exhales. The eyelids be heavy, the jaw relaxed. And we'll breathe and scan down the neck and the shoulders. Across your clavicle, breastbone, and following down the arms out to your fingers. Come up, back to our shoulder space, the upper back, the connection with the blocks. A couple deep breaths. And scanning down towards the hips, over the belly, the low back, the space between your hip bones. Relaxing the tailbone, the connection with the mat. Relaxing the thighs and scanning down the legs to the knees, then to your ankles and your toes. We're going to inhale, start to wiggle your right fingers. Slide that right arm up, lifting it so it's coming above the head. And just grabbing for that top block, resting your right fingers on the left side of your top block, and taking 3 deep breaths, allowing that right shoulder to relax little by little. One more inhale. And then we'll exhale, release our fingers from the block and let the right arm come back to where it was lying. Take another deep breath in. Start to wiggle your left fingers. Exhale as you slide it up. Inhaling, reaching for the right side of the block to let your left fingertips land. That left arm is just suspended in the air for a couple more deep breaths. Allowing your own body weight to open up the shoulder. One more deep breath. And then you can exhale, release the hand from the block, letting the left hand and arm relax down. We'll start to slide the arms closer to our side bodies to prepare to lift the head up. So pressing down through the forearms, look forward as you inhale. Good. And rise from the blocks. So stay with your legs long, or you could come into easy pose, legs crossed. We're going to start a cat and cow motion from our seated posture. So you can rest your hands either below the legs or and maybe in front of the knees. As you inhale, press your chest forward, look up towards the sky. Exhale, round in towards your heart, chin to chest. Begin to move with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, really feeling that stretch through the front side of your neck as you breathe in. And exhale. Pulling the shoulder blades together as you inhale, and then letting the space grow between the shoulder blades as you exhale. You can even lean back. That feels good. Let's try it a couple more times. And then on the next inhale, we'll come neutral. We're going to try torso circles. So bringing your chest, your heart over to one leg space, and then rounding forward, lifting up. Yeah, moving nice and smooth in the same direction. One more circle this way. And we'll take a deep breath, coming neutral with the spine to center. And then we'll exhale, start to circle and round the torso the other way. And let the head and neck be nice and loose as well. That feels good. One more big circle. And then slow it down and come to stillness. Right. So let's move towards a kneeling posture, tabletop. Good. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders and knees under your hips. We're going to slide our left foot back. We're going to press our left heel towards the wall behind us, press into the ground with our arms, stretching out your left calf muscle, shifting your weight back. A couple more deep breaths. If you need to release a little bit, please do. One more. Inhale and exhale, and then lower the left knee back in line with the right. Good. We'll go to the other side. Slide your right toes back. Press into that right heel. Exhale, belly button towards spine. One more inhale. And then we'll exhale, release the right knee down. Let's step the left foot forward. Bring your blocks with you to the front corners of your mat. You can use those as kind of stability posts. Okay. Make sure you have enough cushion under your right knee if you need to fold or use a blanket. And then we'll bring our hands to our left thigh. And then we'll gently press our chest away from our left thigh, creating space between the torso and the leg. And see where we feel the stretch. Bring the hands down to frame the left foot or use your blocks. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee away from the ground, runner's lunge. Letting the hips relax down, but keeping your torso engaged through your core space. Slight engagement in your glutes. And then pressing down through the left sole of your foot. Take a couple more deep breaths here. One more inhale. And then we'll exhale, lower the right knee. Slide your left foot back, and we'll come to downward facing dog. So spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, lift the knees, lengthen arms and legs. Look out towards your belly button, press in to your palms, press down through your heels. 5 deep breaths. Okay, so let's ground into that left foot. We're going to extend the right leg back, coming into a 3-legged dog. Make sure the weight is evenly distributed through your arms. Really find that energy running up the arms, all the way to your right leg. Then let's bend the right knee and take that right foot towards the left shoulder as you open your right hip towards the right side of the room. Keep pressing your left heel down. Let's take a few deep breaths. And then we'll inhale, extend our right leg. Exhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. Keep your right foot up if you can. If it needs to come down, bring it down to the ground. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Pressing away from the earth through our arms. Pulling the belly button up. Last inhale. Exhale, foot down, knees down. Sit back, child's pose. Let your arms rest behind your back if that feels good. Really let go here, release and relax. If your arms are behind you, let's slide them forward, lift up the hips, and then we're going to be stepping our right foot forward for low lunge. So take your time, adjusting, maybe padding for your left knee or blocks. And then our goal is to bring our hands to our right thigh. Start to press away from that leg. So we're doing the opposite side now. Shoulders are relaxed, eyes focused. Just letting that left hip flexor open up little by little. With one more inhale. And then exhale, return your hands down to frame your right foot. Tuck your toes, your left toes, and lift your left knee off the ground, runner's lunge. Pressing that left heel back, pressing down through your right foot. Pulling your shoulders down away from your ears. Lengthening through the crown of the head. One more inhale. And then we'll slowly exhale, lower the left knee. Slide your right foot back, or right knee back. Open your palms wide on the mat. Tuck your toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. So actively pressing through the arms, pressing the hips back. One more deep breath. And then we're going to start to inhale, extend the left leg up and back. And take a moment, find that stability through the arms. Pressing. Ooh, and then bending the left knee. If you'd like to open that hip space up towards the left side of the room. The left foot drawing closer to your right shoulder. Take a couple deep breaths. One more inhale. And then we'll exhale, lengthen the left leg long. And shift our weight as we inhale into plank. Now, option to keep your left leg foot lifted or set the foot down. Nice strong arms. Active core. One more deep breath. And then go ahead, lower the foot, lower the knees, and come into your child's pose. Feel yourself melting towards the earth. Good, one more deep breath. If your hands are behind you, let's bring them forward. As you inhale, lift into your tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're just going to move to a forward fold, walking the feet towards the hands, but keeping yourself folded close to those legs. Be here for a moment, so make sure the feet are hip distance. Legs are lengthening. Spine is lengthened towards the earth. Either hands reaching for the ground or maybe opposite elbows. That belly can touch the tops of the thighs. We'll get a little closer for the last couple deep breaths here. And we'll start to soften out from the fold. Slide the hands to the legs. Press into the legs, coming to halfway lifted spine. So legs are long, spine is long, shoulders back. Bring to the tension on your breath, your inhale and your exhale. The tension on your place on your mat. Bring attention to standing upward, so pressing into the feet, opening the arms and lifting nice and tall, all the way up. We're going to do something a little bit more active. We're going to do a standing cross crunch, and then we're going to work on some squatting. So we'll begin with activating our core. And so your hands can be behind your head. Take a deep breath in. And we're going to shift our weight to our right leg so we can lift the left knee up and cross our right elbow. And then we'll step it down. So inhale, Exhale as you crunch. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you crunch. Going side to side, keeping a stable base with your feet underneath your hips. Good. So adding a little bit of pranayama to our movement. Good. Let's try it a few more times. Last cycle. And then coming to stillness, bringing your arms down to your sides. Alright. We're going to now focus down onto our legs. So we're going to be practicing a narrow squat, sitting back like you would in chair. Coming up, standing out to a wide squat. So widening your stance about as wide as your mat. Sitting low, coming up, and then stepping your foot back together, stepping the feet back together into a narrow squat, out, wide squat. Good, so use your breath, inhaling and exhaling for each movement. Feel your glutes squeezing together as you lift up. Good, let's try it one more cycle. Wide, narrow, wide, and narrow. So anytime you might be feeling pain in your low back, moving that pain through some squatting could be a helpful way to bring energy into the body where it might be kind of stagnant. Okay, so we're going to go back to our core space. We're going to practice crunches, but to our side area. So we're going to be activating. Inhale, center, like before. Exhale, you're going to lift the knee and bring the elbow towards the knee. Good, set the foot down. Inhale, exhale, other side. Call this monkey crunches. Embodying your monkey here. Good, let's try it a couple more times on each side. Inhale down, exhale up. Good, last one. And then we'll open the arms up and bring them down. Good, we're going to do a wide angle fold. So if you want to step completely on the surface of your mat, you just turn your body sideways, widen your legs, about a little bit further out than your shoulder space. Bring your hands onto your hips. We're going to inhale, look up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Bring your chest towards the floor. Bring your hands down onto the mat. Good, and slowly relax the head. Now you can slide your hands to your heels, or you can slide them in between your legs. And that's going to help you bend yourself a little bit further. So it's good to activate the muscle, and then we stretch it. So now we're stretching out the glutes, the hamstrings. And we're going to start to stretch out our side bodies. So bring your hands underneath your head space, press away from the ground, lengthening the spine halfway up, and then walking your hands to your right foot. Bringing your torso closer to that right leg. Deep breath in, exhale, lower and fold towards your right leg. Keep your hips pressing back towards the wall behind you. Good. And to feel more of that stretch in the left side body, Energetically press that left hip back, growing the space all the way up towards your left shoulder. Take one more deep breath. And then exhale, soften and lift to walk your hands back to center. Deep breath here. Exhale, walk your hands towards your left leg or foot. Then inhale as you extend the spine. Exhale as you bring your chest towards your left knee. Relax your head, relax your shoulders. And again, growing the space up the right side body, press that right hip back a little bit more. Lengthen your heart a little bit closer towards your left knee. Nice, easy breathing through your nose. One more inhale. And then we exhale, soften, release, and walk towards the middle of the mat. Then we're going to bend the knees, bring one hand to one hip, other hand, and then lift up, shoulders over hips. Take a moment. And then start to bring the toes together, heels together, toes and heels, until you're standing up. There. That one always a deep stretch, yeah. It's good for the sciatica too. So we're gonna do balancing now. So we kind of started last time when we were together in this flow with the hardest one, but I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and do something that's a little bit more easier, I would say, and then we'll try the harder one. So we're gonna start with half chair. So your feet are gonna start a hip distance apart. You'll inhale, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, shift the weight to your right leg. You're going to bring your left foot across the right knee, and you're going to send that left knee down. So you're opening up the space in your hips. Now we sit back into a chair pose. You can bring your palms in front of your heart. Sit back. Keep that left knee pressing down. Keep your eyes focused on something. Now this helps to stretch the sides of the glutes as we work on our balance here. Shoulders relaxed. Breath, and then we'll come up nice and tall and bring the left foot off the right leg. Okay. We're going to switch sides, so feet start hip distance apart. Deep breath in. Exhale, shifting your weight to your left leg. Lift your right foot up and over the left knee. Press that right knee down. Eyes focused, palms in front of your heart. Sit back when you're ready. Sending the hips towards the wall behind you. Pressing the right knee down. Some say it helps to flex your right foot as well. Deep breaths. And let's inhale to stand, lifting up with strength. Exhale, release that right hand. I'm going to demonstrate our next pose. It's going to be a standing single leg extension. Now, there's options here to either create the folded extension where you bring your chest towards the leg, or just keep your chest upright. So we'll be using one leg to balance on. We'll bring our hands underneath our thigh, and then we're going to work our way to reaching for the foot. Okay, so here's where we kick, start to extend the lifted leg. Now, it might be helpful to lock your standing leg if that's comfortable for you. So I want you to keep your spine as long as you can. And then if you'd like to keep pressing and extending through your lifted leg. And then if you go for the folded position, you bring your chest towards the top of the thigh. Otherwise, just stay lifted or stay with your knee bent and lifted and working on your balance and your core strength here. And then we'll slowly lower the lifted leg down. Okay, any questions? All right, let's take a deep breath in, set ourselves up, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, as you exhale, shift your weight to your right leg. Lift your left leg off. Up, in line with your hip. Good. Take a deep breath in. And decide, okay, I'm going to slide down, reaching for my foot. Am I going to lock my right knee? Or am I going to keep it bent? And then I'm going to start to kick my left foot forward. Rebend that left knee and then gently set it back down. Wonderful. Good. Give yourself a moment, shake it out before we try the other side. So we did a lot of opening up of the hip, strengthening the muscles in the legs to get to this pose. So to see your lady stability, we did it the right sequence. Good. Okay, so let's see how it goes on the other side. Standing feet hip distance apart. Let's exhale and shift our weight to the left leg. Inhale, lift the right knee up in line with the hip. Finding the stability and balance in your left standing leg. Deep breath in and then coming to reach for your right foot. Let's take a moment here. Decide as you start to extend the right leg forward, keeping your posture upright as much as possible. Now press your hips back. That creates a little bit more space for the leg to extend forward. Rebend the right foot or right leg and set the right foot down. Back into Warrior 3 practice. So we're going to start feet hip distance apart. Good. Slide your left foot back. So you're on the tippy toes of your left foot. Okay, you can begin with your hands on your hips here. Now as you proportionally lift that left leg back, let the chest come forward equally. And you can open the arms out if you want to do airplane arms. Now you have the choice to either flex your, or lock your right knee, or have a micro bend. Try to keep the left hip in the same plane as your right. If it tends to want to lift up and out, pull it down. Point your left toes or flex it. Inhale, lift up. And tall. Yeah, let's do some hip circles before we go to the other side. Trying to get the hips evenly so that they're on one plane. I could set a block on my low back and it won't fall off. If our hips are lifted up and it has a tendency to slide, and you want to try to keep that block nice and flat, the low back nice and flat. We'll start moving the hips the other way if you're still circling. Slow it down and stand up nice and tall. Okay, so feet a distance apart. Inhale, exhale, slide your right toes back. Up to the tips of the toes. Ground into your left leg, nice strong trunk. On your left side. Inhale, maybe start your hands at your hips. Exhale, lift your right leg back. Now really extend it back. And extend the spine forward, looking slightly forward to keep your balance. Point the right toes or flex the foot. Open the arms if that feels good. One more deep breath. And then you inhale to press up. Exhale to set the right foot down. Again, if you'd like to get a sip of water, this is a good moment. Pause. So really strengthening our legs through our balancing. We're going to open up our side bodies and our chest space. Back up. We're going to stand at the tops of our mats with open heart warrior. So we're going to work on a little bit of back bending. So feet are hip distance apart. We'll take a deep breath in, slide our hands up to our hips. Shift your weight into your right leg, slide your left foot back. You can have your toes at a slight diagonal. Both legs are going to stay long here. Now, if you feel wobbly, it might be because the feet are on the same line. So if you widen the feet out, it might help you feel a little bit more stable. Now the hips are going to face forward. For our arms, we're going to bring them behind our back, either reverse prayer, hands on elbows, or interlaced fingers, pulling the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, relax your shoulders down, beginning your back bend. You can look forward, keeping your neck nice and neutral, or you can lean back slightly. Now think about a string being pulled from the crown of your head upward as much as you're going back. Let me see where you feel the stretch here. Down through your feet, lift up through the crown of your head. A couple more deep breaths. On the next inhale, squeeze the belly button in, bring the shoulders forward. Let your arms release. Now, we're going to come into side angle. So as we bend the front knee in line with your front ankle, you're going to bring your right hand on the inside of your right foot or onto a block. And you're going to press these two, the elbow and the knee together, so you can twist yourself open to the left and allow that left arm to either reach up or left hand to rest on your hip. Good. Twist that spine, twist, open, open. Keep your hips coming closer to the mat. You have to adjust the legs, maybe slide the left foot back. Right knees bent. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Side angle. If your left arm is lifted, you could reach it overhead, extending it forward, creating even more space through that side body. One more deep breath. Let's bring our left hand down, right hand on the outside of your right foot, come up onto the ball of your back foot, slide your right foot back, chaturanga. Take a deep breath in, lower between the arms, inhale, press away from the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here if you like to walk your dog or shake your hips. And then looking forward, walking or hop towards the top of your mat. And inhale, come all the way up to stand. Dropping the hands down by the sides. We'll begin that sequence on the other side. So feet hip distance apart. Inhale, shift your weight to your left foot. Exhale, send your right leg back. Okay, open heart. So legs are long, feet are rooted down. Good, hands are behind the back in whichever variation you like. Either fingers interlaced, elbows, or reverse prayer. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, opening your chest space. Good. Maybe keep your neck neutral or look up. Listen to your body. The way it moves as you breathe. Two more deep breaths. We'll start to bring the shoulders forward, release the hands. Good, we're going to bend the front knee in line with your ankle. You're going to be bringing that left hand down on the inside of the left leg. Good, start to twist the spine open towards the right side of the room. Lift your right arm up. If you need to create more space in the legs, please do. Sliding one foot forward, one foot back. And then option to extend the right arm forward, creating a nice line from fingertips to the heel. Keep bending at that left knee. Good. Two more deep breaths. Exhale, bring the right hand down, frame the left foot, slide your left foot back, chaturanga, deep breath in, exhale, lower towards the earth, inhale, lift up, exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll bring the knees down, tabletop position, and transition to a seated posture. We'll do a few rounds of both before we just like lay and do nothing. So for both, we're going to really be using the strength in our core and our hips, and we're going to try to keep our spine as long as we can. So the first variation of boat is to lift the heels, the feet off the ground. Keep the lower legs parallel to the mat. Keep your chest open. Look past the feet, look out at the beautiful nature, and then decide if you want to extend your arms. Pull the belly button in. And 2 more deep breaths. And then go ahead, release your hands on your legs and your legs onto the ground. Good, yeah, relax over your legs for a couple deep breaths. gently roll the spine up. Let's see. Okay, so the next variation, as I demonstrated, is to lift into boat. And you're always more than welcome to just stay here if that's what your body's asking for today. Or you can extend one leg long, bring it back, extend the other leg long, bring it back, and then try extending both legs long. Bring it back, and then repeating that 2 more times. Okay, so as you breathe, inhale as you extend, exhale as you bend. Inhale as you extend, exhale as you bend. Last cycle. And then round forward, set the feet down. Take a couple deep breaths. We're going to try one more round of boat. But in a moment. So this one, practicing the one we did first, the base boat, where you just keep the legs lifted, arms are extended, looking forward. You can practice the extensions. Or we're going to take 5 deep breaths. We're going to extend nice and slow with each exhale until we're laying flat on the mat. But do your best. Don't go too far with the movements. Do little micro movements. Yeah, keep control over your core as much as you can. Or be in good communication with the core as much as you can. Okay, so we're gonna lift up, base, deep breath in, exhale. And then surrendering to the earth, to the mat. Oh, let's maybe bend the knees and windshield wiper side to side, just to loosen up that low back space. And then I want to offer, if you'd like to sit in Shavasana or lay in Shavasana with the legs open for a little bit. It feels nice maybe to bring your blocks underneath your outer thighs. And you can lay like this with the legs open for a few minutes. And then when you feel ready, extend the feet forward into the normal Shavasana corpse pose posture. Just some nice variations to share. And to start off Shavasana, it's good to take 3 deep breaths, signaling to your nervous system, signaling to your mind that it's time to just receive and be in the present. to awaken a little bit. Some gentle movements, maybe just the eyelids and the toes. When you're ready, you can roll to one side, or if you feel like rolling up, take a few moments. Bowing into our hearts, honoring the messages we receive from the inner wisdom, the source. Namaste, aho. Muchas gracias.
Oh, that was wonderful.